Hey guys, it's Ross. I just want to talk about the difference between GitHub Copilot and Claude Code. For a while I was using GitHub Copilot and I was using Claude 4.5 something Opus or Sonnet, and I thought what I was using was equivalent to Claude Code because it's like both of them use the same underlying model. And I was like, people kept talking about how good Claude Code is and how much better it is than other things, blah blah blah. But I couldn't understand it. I thought what I was using on GitHub Copilot, I thought what I was using was already equivalent to Claude Code. So I was like, yeah, cool, I get it. But okay, I misunderstood it completely. I think, so for example, GitHub Copilot is only like $20 and you get like 100 requests. Claude Code is like $25 for very basic subscription, and then it's like more realistically, if you're coding full time, then you're gonna have to pay like more like 350 Aussie dollars per month for Claude. So as you can see, there seemed to be a price difference. But is there a performance difference? And my answer is yes. From my experience, yes. So then what's the difference if they're both using the same underlying model? Why can one be better than another? And I think the answer to that is while they use the same underlying models, they ultimately use a different kind of layer on top of the models, which pretty much define what kind of context is being given to that model, how much context is being given to that model, how much the model is allowed to reason and think, and sort of how many what the tools that the model is allowed to use, and just how long can the model keep going, keep churning, keep outputting things for. And I think what I noticed is that with GitHub Copilot, it's very limited. It's very short. It's kind of like, it almost feels like a quick little patch. It almost feels like a single request is kind of like a patch that's being applied. But with Claude Code, it feels like a smart agent working for you. Another interesting thing to note is because you are sort of paying Anthropic when you use Claude Code directly, you can expect sort of not to have the middleman like the GitHub Copilot tapping into some of that money. So basically, I think by getting Claude Code, you're actually getting better value. But yeah, okay, just to summarize, Claude Code and GitHub Copilot are different things. They might use the same underlying model, but they ultimately, due to the layer above the model, they have different contexts, they do different kinds of reasoning and have different kinds of tools, and maybe there are some other differences also. So it ends up being that Claude Code, in my experience and experience of others who I spoke to, Claude Code is way better. And the comparison I heard about is like GitHub Copilot is kind of like junior engineer. It's kind of like a quick edit. It's kind of like patch, even in agentic mode. But GitHub Code is more like a more experienced, smart engineer that works for you. Okay, I hope that explains it. That's something that kept me confused and kept me not using Claude Code for a long time, and I think I lost a lot of productivity by doing that. But yeah, hopefully this can help somebody. Okay, bye.